being blunt with people, basically telling them that they're fat, really make them lose weight?
Feel that the doctors ought to be able to assess individual patients and to know how blunt they should be with those people. But I think the entire process of how blunt we are with people to get them to tackle their obesity completely misses the point. The reason we have an obesity epidemic isn't because of people not cutting back on calories and not taking enough exercise. It's all down to the type of food we eat. Because we don't have calorie counting glands in our stomach, when we eat different types of food, we get different hormonal responses. And the problem, which the government, I don't think, is going to own up to anytime soon, is that the national dietary guidelines, which the NHS website promotes and the doctors promote, is the cause of the obesity epidemic and all the comorbidities that go with it, like type 2 diabetes. It goes back to the 1970s and 1980s when some people believed that eating too much fat caused heart disease, and we had a huge paradigm shift in what we should eat, and we were told to eat a very high carbohydrate, low fat diet, and that causes huge spikes in the hormone insulin. Insulin stores fat, prevents you from using it, and they need to completely change their dietary guidelines, get people to eat the type of diet that we used to eat before the obesity epidemic, and people will naturally lose weight.
Charlie, how do you think we make people nutritionally aware? Is it something that we should be doing in schools? Should we be asking people to go around to people's homes? Should it be on the television? Should it be a combined effort? How do we start?
Well, I think we should start by everyone reading my book called Stop Feeding Us Lies. The problem with having nutritional advice in schools, which I think is an excellent idea, is what I've just said previously. They need to change the nutritional advice. Because they've got it wrong. It's completely wrong. If you find photographs of a street scene from the 1960s or 1970s, you will really struggle to find somebody overweight. Then they introduced the high carbohydrate, low fat diet, and now it's difficult to find someone who isn't overweight.
But Charlie, there's also in terms of exercise as well. Since mechanisation as well, we're doing sort of 20% less exercise. Therefore, we've got to find a way of encouraging people to also be more active. Is being blunt, telling people to get out and start walking, which is free, the way forward? Or what else would you advise?
Well, exercise is very important for a number of health reasons, but it's a very poor way to lose weight unless you change your diet because of the action of insulin. There are two energy stores in the body. One's glycogen and one of our fat stores. If someone who's overweight goes for a 25-minute, 30-minute run, they'll use about 300 calories. All those calories come out of the glycogen store if they've got high levels of insulin in their body, which they will have if they eat too much carbohydrate. And insulin stops them using any of their fat stores, which they need to lose weight. So when they use up some of their glycogen store, they have another meal, it just gets filled up again.